Hello, 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 hello. Ever so sorry. Is Gemma here? Joanne, Star, Samantha, Kirsty, Tony, Tara, Kerry, Luke. Luke, I'm so sorry. Is Gemma back here? Katie, Lisa, Jane. I got kicked off, Jane. I'm so sorry. Oh, bless you, Gemma. Now, don't worry, it's I'll post it tomorrow, so yeah, don't worry, you will be able to watch it back. I'll post it tomorrow, so not to worry about that. You will be able to find it, just not tonight. I'm sorry. However, let's go down, because I don't know what you saw, but I counted 24 and then I went to have a squidge and it cut me off. So we're gonna carry on having I haven't touched the oyster, but we're gonna have a squidge, and if there is only 24 in here, what normally happens is then I just sort of say you pick another oyster to get the 25 pearls, and even if there's additional pearls in that oyster, you get to keep those as well. But let me just have a squidge, and then if not, just let me know what oyster you would like. Let me just go down. Is that a pearl? No, that's just a piece of shell that's down there. Okay, so no, that was me on my end there. I am so sorry. Oh, and we have 25. Which is why with the 25 pearl ones, I don't take any flesh off until I've counted the pearls, although we would have found it once we took the flesh off there anyway. Oh, bless you, Luke. Okay, so you've got I will double count them now. Let me just double check everything. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25. He was hiding. Now let me just dry all of these up for you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the darker ones towards the top, lighter ones towards the bottom, and then I will go through each individual colour. If you would like me to measure them all, I will do so. Or if you would like me to measure the largest and smallest, that's absolutely fine as well. So just let me know what you'd like me to do with that. You've got a few multi-tonal colour ones here, which are, look at that. Largest and smallest is fine. Okay, well, if you would like to take a screenshot here, I'm just going to hold them still for a second. If you'd like to take the screenshot, again, you don't have to. And if you would like to change your colour choices for the jewellery, you can let me know as well. That's absolutely fine to do so. But if you're happy with that, with your colour choice, that's perfect. So if I go through them for you, the darker chocolate, number 1, has a slight purple overtone to him. Then number 2 is more of definitely a darker chocolate there, but slightly two-tonal with the chocolate, with darker and lighter areas. You've got a darker gunmetal grey, and then again a dark silver. We have a black cherry and a, oh, just picked up a large piece of sand there, a silver and with slight green hints to him, and purple. Oh, possibly a light oil slick there, so base light silver with purple, green and blue overtones. Can you see those? So you have a light oil slick there. You then have a grape purple, and a sea green, a TARDIS blue, and a lighter silver. You then have a chocolatey and, well, actually no, I'm going to say that's a chocolate olive with the silver, so it's olive and silver two-tonal pearl. And then you have a chocolate bronze, a light lavendery purple, and then an even lighter purple next to him. You then have a brighter pinkle and a candy floss pink, a hot pink, and then a watermelon. You have a gold, a two-tonal sunshine yellow with lemon yellow. It's got a coral spot on him there as well. And then you have a coral two-tonal with purple. So you can see that purple, it's coral all the way around, but then you've got that purple there as well. You've got the two-tonal watermelon, so lighter and brighter areas as you go around there. And then you've got autumn peach and pink. So pink there, autumn peach most of the way with pink there. You then have your icy blue and a two-tonal apple green. Gemma, I hope you're happy with all of those. You've got some lovely colours there. If I pop them on the board, the largest and the smallest. The smallest, I'm going to say, we're going to go for the blue to start with. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. We'll measure that yellow. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's also a 7.5. We're going to start with that chocolatey purple. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And we're going to measure the watermelon. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. So I'm going to say your smallest is that watermelon with a 7. Largest, we're going to measure the two-tonal watermelon. So he's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. The two-tonal chocolate olive and silver is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. So your smallest is a 7, your largest is an 8.5. Can we swap the watermelon for a Smurf blue and the two-tonal watermelon for a midnight blue? That's the largest and the smallest. Let me have a look for you. The midnight blue, I think there's going to be a waiting list for it. So if you're happy to wait, that's absolutely fine. And the lightest blue I have at the moment is this one, which I'm going to say is more Pepsi and Smurf blue than just Smurf blue. So if you're not happy with that one as well, there'll be a waiting list for that one as well. What do you think? Would you possibly have the waiting list for both of them, unless you're happy with that one there? It is Sean, yes. Thank you, Sarah. The Pepsi's fine. Perfect. Let me bring that back. Do you have any darker oil slicks? There's a weight on oil slicks as well, my lovely. Yeah, there's a weight on oil slicks as well. So I've added in that Pepsi light blue, and I'll take away one of your watermelons. Then I'll write down that you would like to swap this watermelon for a midnight blue. Oh, I know, Jane, I'm sorry. Right, let me get these all on here. Yeah, it's going to be a late night tonight. So I got it. Swap watermelon for midnight blue. Okay, no, Gemma, you're very, very welcome from my end. I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Oh, bless you, Jane. Thank you. Okay, so that's on there, and then that's all safe over there for you as well. Perfect. And up next then is Danielle Lancaster. Danielle, are you here? Danielle Lancaster. Luke, you're very, very welcome. And sorry again to both of you that it cut off halfway through. Like I say, it will get sorted out tomorrow for you. And Danielle, hello, 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 hello. So, Danielle, my lovely, you will start with your oyster wall if that's okay. So, which number would you like? And would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? Oh, Helen, I'm glad you're happy with that. Oh, who's that? Afraid to say. After I've moved to Sunday, I can't see keep going for some reason. Oh, bless you, Sean. Yeah, I can move you to Sunday. That's not a problem. Are we on? I'm just trying to see. Whereabouts are you? Yeah, I can move you to Sunday. That's not a problem, my lovely. Danielle, number 5 and donate. Okay. Now, number 5 has a sticker on the back, which means you get a bonus prize as well, Danielle, which means you get to pick either chick number 1, 2 or 3, or bunny number 1 and 3. Which extra item would you like? Chick number 2. Okay, so chick number 2. And in here you have Love You bow earrings. So these are 925 silver bow earrings. Oh, let me take it so the glare's off them. I hope you're happy with that as a bonus item there. And then let's go down to open up oyster number 5. So in here there's one side and the other side, and you have a TARDIS in between, a TARDIS and a Pepsi blue actually, and there's no more in that one. So you have a in between a TARDIS and a Pepsi blue. Let me dry him up for you and pop him in the sand. And if I pop him on the board for you as well, he is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He is an 8. So I hope you're happy with that one. He comes with your cage pendant dip, so let's dive in. And you have one of our Easter cage pendants. So the Easter cage pendant is the Star Easter egg cage pendant. Let me just pop him in here. Now this one can hold 2 pearls. So at the moment your pearl's towards the bottom of the egg, which you can sort of see if you tilt it like this. But if you had 2 pearls in there, you'd be able to stack them, so then the pearl would get seen through the star, although it would be able to move around and then you could see your pearl there. Now this is the star Easter egg, as you can see, and then you can see the blue through the bottom of the star down there. This has got red enamel on him and it's same both ways round. Would you like to stick or would you like to twist with this one? So Samantha, the top scale would be the midnight blue, TARDIS blue, Pepsi blue, Smurf blue, denim blue, icy blue, sky blue, no, icy blue, baby blue, sky blue. Can you twist with that one, Danielle? Of course you can. Oh, there's sea blue in there as well at the top. So diving in for your twist, and I feel like I'm missing a blue. You have the royal cage pendant. So this is the royal cage pendant. So again, this one's the same all the way around, and the pearl sits beautifully at the top there. I hope you're happy with that one. And then Danielle, you have an additional 5 openings and a 4 pearl oyster. What 5 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate those shells? Just going to grab your 4 pearl oyster. What do you think? No, Beth, these are thread through earrings. 2 mystery, 2 expand, 1 normal, and donate. Okay, so 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and a normal is this one, and number 1. Okay, so are there certain colours that you're hoping for? And we're donating the shells. Thank you very much, my lovely. 1, 2. Okay. Hoping for some yellows. Fingers crossed for some yellows. So we're going to start with your mystery oysters. Mystery oyster number 1. We have a softer pop there. And oh wow, okay, so Danielle, there's your mother of pearl, hoping for some yellows. You're starting off with twinning lemon yellow twins. 1 and 2, twinning lemon yellow twins. There's no more in that one. Now they are slightly different colours to each other. So one's slightly brighter, one's slightly lighter there. Then moving on to mystery oyster number 2. We have a softer pop there. And in here there's a slight pearl blister towards the top of the shell. And we have a darker pearl. Let me pop him out. And let me have it. Oh, and you're twinning for a second time there, and there's no more in that one. Now these visually look slightly different in size. You have darker silvers, but like I said, they do look visually slightly different in size there. Then moving on to your normal oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning for a third time. Twinning with bridal whites from your normal oyster. There's no more in that one. And then you'll expand the rainbow oysters. There's one side and the other side. And you are twinning for a fourth time. There's no more in that one. And you're twinning with Candy Floss Pink twins. Here they are in the sand. Fab. Can you bring me some wipes and top up my mystery bag, please? And then moving on to your next expand the rainbow oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning for a fifth time, Danielle. Oh my gosh. and pop them in the sand for you. And then moving on to your quadding oyster. There's one side and the other side, and in here 1, 2, 3 and 4 you are quadding. Okay. Right, let me just go through all of these. Now Danielle, if you would like to, you can take a screenshot of these and then you can email me with which colours you'd like where, or of course if you know already, that's absolutely fine as well. So if I hold them up so you can see, we're going to start at the top here. You've got Autumn Peach twins, two lemon yellow twins, one's brighter than the other. You've got the dark silver twins, one's larger than the other visually. Bridal white twins, candy floss twins, and then you've got a TARDIS blue, light apple green, icy blue, and a coral. What do you think to those? Okay, so if I pop these on the board, are we ready? Autumn Peach numbers 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Autumn Peach number 2, not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Now the same size there. Brighter lemon yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Lighter yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5, and they're the same size there. Visually smaller silver is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Visually larger silver is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Bridal white number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Bridal white number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. They're the same size. Candy floss pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Candy floss number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. They're the same size. Quadding oyster, Autumn Peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Your icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. The pastel apple green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the TARDIS blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Okay, so can we swap both the silvers for some bright yellows, roughly the same size, and one autumn peach for a watermelon? Do you want to go with the single autumn peach so you've still got the twins together, or would you prefer to keep the single to then split up the twins? It will be. Check tomorrow, Joe. It will be. And is it the brighter yellows that you'd like on the jewellery, Danielle? That's perfect. Perfect. Just confirm, is it the brighter yellows on the jewellery? bright yellows. Perfect. I've just popped them in their own bag, just so, I mean, I'm not going to get mixed up, but just so it won't. So we're going to have bright yellow. Okay, perfect. So Danielle, then, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Let me just put these all on here. Thank you very, very much for the donations with your shells, and that's safe over there for you. And like I say, I hope you'll be happy with everything, my lovely. Okay. No, you're very, very welcome. And up next then is Janice Day. Janice, are you here? It's definitely down to personal choice, Caitlin. Any of the bracelets with links so you can clip onto it would be personal choice. Janice, hello. Janice, you have one opening altogether. What type of oyster would you like, and would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Oh, that's too hot. Ooh. Mystery and donate. Now, is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? So if you are visiting the website and you want to see it in a different currency, in the top right hand corner there's a little drop down box. If you go to that drop down box, you can change the currency that the website's going to be viewed in, and it will convert it and everything for you. I hope that helps. So let's go down your mystery oyster, Janice. We have a lighter pop there, hoping for a darker red. Okay, and I can see that you are twinning. You're twinning with that watermelon colour, not the bright watermelons but the darker watermelons. What do you think to this one? There's no more in that one. Got them, don't worry, they're gone. Okay, so let me pop these in the sand so you can have a closer look. Janice, what do you think to these? Now, if you'd like to swap one or both for the red, because that's the one you're hoping for, that's absolutely fine. Or of course, if you're happy with these, that's perfect as well. So just let me know which one you'd like on your jewellery. Watermelon number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And watermelon number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8 as well. Oh, Carol, I'm glad you're happy with that. You can, and then just to confirm, is it the dark red on the jewellery? Red on the charm, perfect. So can you just confirm, is that red okay? Loose on a hoop fitting. The invoice for the hoop fitting will get sent through tomorrow for you, and that will go to the email address that's on the order form, okay? perfect. Janice then, thank you for the donations with your shells, and if you're I'm so sorry, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. I knew what I wanted to say then, but it just came out. Okay, so up next then is Star Corley. Star, are you here? Oh, I'm getting there. Yeah, I'm getting there. I wasn't when I first started the live, but now, yeah, it's catching up on me. My week is catching up on me. Star, hello. Star, you have 2 oysters off the wall. What 2 numbers would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Ooh, ever so sorry. Possibly. Oh, bless him, Courtney. Well, hello to your son. It's just turned 11 PM here. Can you have 3 and 10 and donate? Of course you can. So number 3 and number 10. So number 10, there's nothing on the back of that one. And number 3, there's nothing on the back of that one. Okay, so let me just get these open for you. Star, are there certain colours that you're hoping for? And let's go down. So, oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side. And your first one, not sure on the colours, we'll see what comes out. We have a darker pearl to start with there, Star. And there's no more in that one. And let me just dry him off and have a closer look at his colour. Now he looks like he is a 2-tonal, let me just see if I can position him to show you that. 2-tonal silver and olive green there. And then moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are quadding. 1, 2, 3 and 4. You are quadding. There's no more in that one. Okay, so if I dry these up for you, you have got a black cherry, a grape purple, a TARDIS blue and a pinkle, and then you've got that 2-tonal silvery olive green as well. What do you think to those, Star? I hope you're happy with them. So to confirm, black cherry, grape purple, TARDIS blue, pinkle, 2-tonal olive green and silver. if I pop them on the board, I mean, sorry, the board, the black cherry. I'm sighing at myself. I'm so sorry. Your black cherry is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. Your grape purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. Your TARDIS blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. And the pinkle is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7 as well. And then the silver and olive is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Star, I do hope you're happy with all of those. And then you have one cage pendant dip as well. So let's dive in for your cage pendant dip. I think I've got 2. There we go. So you also have the Easter cage pendant here. Now this is, we saw this one just a moment ago, the Star Easter egg cage pendant. Now I'm popping 2 pearls in here, and that's just so you can see that it fills the cage beautifully. Then every star is a cutout star, so you can see the pearls through the cage. Now I've popped the black cherry and the grape purple in there, so it's very similar colours in there. Would you like to stick or would you like to twist star with these ones? Teddies, why are you awake? But hello. Twist with that one, Star. Okay, let me just take your pearls out of here for you. And if we twist, let's dive in here. And you have the bullhead cage pendant. Now I'm going to pop the silvery olive in here, I think. I hope you're happy with this one. So this is the bullhead cage pendant. So that silver olive goes beautifully. He's got a heart at the top of his head, and then it goes round. Lots of detail on his horns and around his head there. I'm just going to show you every angle. I love it. Star, I hope you're happy with that one as well. And let me pop these in here for you. You also then have an additional 2 oysters as well. What 2 oysters would you like, and would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Shushed. Mystery and donate, not a problem. So number 1 and number 2, are there certain colours that you're hoping for? There's 1 and number 2, and let's go down. So mystery oyster, we have a softer pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. I can see straight away we have, oh wow, that is a very pinky watermelon. That's very pinky watermelon. It's almost like it's got quite a pinky overtone to him. He is lovely. Quite an unusual colour, that one. And then moving on to mystery oyster number 2, we have a softer pop there. and in here there's your mother of pearl, and I can see that you have triples, 1, 2 and 3, and yes, that is a triples. So you've got 3 in the one oyster there, Star, and all your colours here actually go really well with each other. You've got a hot pink, a blush pink, a pinkle, and then that watermelon pink as well. So let me just hold them up so you can have a look. Now, of course, if you're not happy with any of these, I can swap them for you. So that's going to be completely up to you what you'd like to do, Star. If you're not happy, like I say, I can swap them. If you are happy, that's perfect, not a problem. So if I pop these on the board for you, your hot pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. The blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Your pinkle is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And your watermelon is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Can you trade the darker pink, so the bright hot pink, for a gold? Can you just confirm that that's the correct pink there, just so I haven't got that wrong? And I'm adding in a gold. Golds are so beautiful. Is that the correct pink? It's the one down here. Yep. Okay, perfect, Star. I hope you're happy with that. Let me pop them all in here for you as well. Perfect. No, you're very welcome. And Star, I hope you'll be happy then with everything once it arrives as well. Let me pop these on here for you. And that's safe over there for you, my lovely. Perfect. And up next is Trisha Rhymes. Trisha, are you here? Trisha, hello. Oh, bless you, Heidi. Of course I can. That's not a problem. I'm ever so sorry. It is a later live today. I don't know what's different, but it is. Just writing that down. Okay, yeah, I've got you to... You'll have an email to confirm that it's on Sunday, but I've just popped you down as a move there, so that's not a problem. So Trisha, my lovely, you have 2 openings altogether. What 2 oysters would you like, and would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? Mystery and donate. Okay, so number 1 and number 2. Well, Miriam, thank you very much for the stars there. Let me just get these open. Now let's say, are there certain colours you're hoping for? Trisha, let's go down. So, mystery oyster number 1. We have a lighter pop there. and in your first oyster, there's your mother of pearl. And I can see that, oh, one runaway, but you are twinning. You are twinning with darker, deeper purples from your first oyster. There's no more in that one. Okay, so the purples do look slightly different in colour there. One slightly brighter, one slightly darker. There's your darker purples. And then moving on to Mystery Oyster number 2. We have a softer pop there. Ooh. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. And I can see straight away you have a sea green. And there's no more in that one. Okay, so what do you think to these? 2 different shades of purple twins and a sea green. Now Trisha, are you happy with those? Or of course, if you're not happy, I can swap them for you. If I pop on the board, your sea green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The brighter purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the darker purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He is an 8, sorry. You can. Okay, can you just confirm that you're happy with these 2 here? I love that purple, red, green combination. If I just take these 2 away, can you just confirm that you're happy with those ones there, my lovely? Can you have small lobster on the green? You can. Let me write that down. Okay, perfect. I've got that down for you. The invoice for the lobster fitting, the small lobster fitting, will get sent through tomorrow for you, and it will go to the email address that's on the order form. Okay. No, Trisha, you're very, very welcome. I hope you'll be happy with everything, and thank you for the donations with your shells as well. Okay, and up next then, oh, Sean is moving to Sunday. So up next then is Sophie Ogden. Sophie, are you here? Oh no, I've just downed it. I've just downed it. I would like another tea though, Bab, if you're moving. Thank you. That is our Sophie. Yes, it is our Sophie. Sophie, hello my lovely. We will start with your oyster wool. So which number would you like, and would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Bab,
yes.
Please don't lay down. I would like a tea. It's just laid down. Number 6, donate. Number 6 is this one. Okay, so number 6, it doesn't have a sticker on the back of that one. Oh, okay, so let's, thank you. Sorry, I didn't know what side you were coming on. Let's get him open. And let's go down. So, number 6. There's one side and the other side, and in here, ooh, you are twinning, and you're twinning with apple green twins there. So twinning with apple green twins. Let me dry these up for you. And pop them in the sand. Let me pop them on the board as well for you, Sophie. So apple green number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5, and number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. So they're measuring at different sizes there. And then your cage dip, let's dive in. And you have the Filigree box cage pendant. So, as described in the name, it is a filigree box. So it's a cube. I've popped obviously one of your apple greens in there, and on each face of the cube you have that filigree design all the way around there. Sophie, would you like to stick or would you like to twist with this one? Stick with that one. Oh, I'm glad you're happy with that. Let me pop him in here. And then you have 3 openings altogether. What 3 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Thank you, Bab. Mystery and donate. Okay, so 1, 2 and 3. Are there certain colours you're hoping for here? Let me get these open for you. So number 1, he's laid down. 2 and number 3. Okay, so let's go down. Oyster number 1. We have a softer pop there, red or blue. Okay. And in here, oh, I love that. There's your mother of pearl. You are twinning and twinning with Pepsi blues there. Both of them are slightly two-tonal. There's no more in that one. and they're quite a good size as well. So two-tonal Pepsi Blue Twins, and then Mystery Oyster number 2. We have a lighter pop there, and in here there's your mother of pearl, and you have a apple green. And there's no more in that one. Let me dry him up for you. And here's your apple green. And then moving on to your last oyster, which again is your mystery oyster. You have a deep pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. And you have 1, 2, and 3, and 4. You are quadding. And there's no more in that one. Honestly, guys, please, please, please ignore them by talking about them. You're just giving them what they want, so please just ignore them as long as they don't offend you. Yeah. So Sophie, you have a sea green, forest green, similar to what we saw earlier, darker silver, and that coral. What do you think to these? If you're happy, which ones would you like where? And of course, if you're not happy, I can swap them for you. So twinning Pepsi Blues, apple green, sea green, forest green, silver, and a coral. If I pop them on the board, your Pepsi Blue twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Pepsi Blue number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5 as well. Your apple green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Then your sea green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Your forest green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Your dark silver, sorry, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And your coral's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Okay, so do you know which ones you would like where? And if so, you can swap some if you're not happy, my lovely. Okay, can we swap the green for a TARDIS or Pepsi? We can. The coral for a pink, but not a bright pink. I'm sorry, I've just dropped that. Let me move that over there. Okay, sorry. Not a bright hot pink. Like a candy floss pink. Let me show you a candy floss pink. And can twin Pepsi go on the earrings, and would the swapped in blue and pink both fit on the bracelet? Yes. Let me get you a same size you're happy with the pink, let me get you a same size blue, because that will look more pleasing to the eye, I believe. There we go. Okay, are you happy with those? That pink is great. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. I hope you're happy with those. So to confirm, blue twins on the earrings, then the pink and blue will pop on there. If it can't, I'll obviously double check, because it's a different one. I'll double check if they do both fit. I don't think there'll be an issue. Obviously if there is, I'll let you know, and then you can let me know what you'd like to do instead. Yeah, okay, perfect. So I hope you're happy with that, and the filigree cage pendant as well. Let me pop them on here for you. Okay, Sophie, my lovely, I hope you'll be happy as well. And thank you for the donations of your shells, and you are amazing. Thank you for everything you do for all of us as well. Okay. Sorry, that irked me then. Right. Up next then, Sophie, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And of course, you know we all love you. Up next is oh, Diane Cooley, are you here? And so is Ava. Oh, I was just about to say, would you like me to add you on to Sunday? But if Ava's there with you, then that's perfect. I'm ever so sorry. Tonight's live, just the timings for today are slightly longer than the average, if that makes sense, at this point in the order list. So I do apologise that it's a later time to everybody, but especially because obviously you did request a certain time, so I'm sorry about that. However, if Ava is there with you, hello Ava, I have a message for you. It says, to our dearest Ava, you are the most precious little girl, and we love you to the moon and back, to infinity and beyond. Don't ever forget how special you are. Lots of love, Mummy and Daddy. So I'll read that one more time. To our dearest Ava, you are the most precious little girl, and we love you to the moon and back, to infinity and beyond. Don't ever forget how special you are. Lots of love, Mummy and Daddy. Okay, which means Ava, altogether there is 2 oyster openings. Do you know what 2 oysters you would like? And if you'd like to keep, or if you'd like to donate your shells. Mystery, keep one, donate one. Okay. Is there a certain colour you're hoping for? Number 1 and number 2. And let's go down. Okay, so mystery oyster number 1. We have a deep pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. Ava is hoping for a purple. Okay, so from your first oyster, I can see that you have a darker silver there. And there's no more in that one. So we're keeping this first shell for you. And let me just clean the flesh up here for you. Okay, so from your first oyster, you have got a darker silver. And then moving on to mystery oyster number 2, we have a lighter pop again. And in here, you have a blurple. Now, a blurple is a mix between a blue and a purple. So it's a mix there. And there's no more in that one. Now, you get to decide if you would like to keep these colours or if you would like to swap these colours if you're not happy with them. So that's completely up to you guys what you would like to do. Silver and blurple. What do you think to these? If I pop these ones on the board for you, your silver is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And your blurple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. Sorry, he's not a 7.5, he is an 8. I have two. Oh my gosh. Ava would like to keep them. Perfect. She loves the blurple. Ava, I'm glad you're happy with those then. Let me pop them in here for you. And pop this on here as well. Okay. That's safe over there, and Ava, I do hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, okay? Oh, Sarah, bless you. Thank you for the stars. And thank you for the donation with your shell, and I've kept the other one for you. Right, up next then is Katie Louise. Katie, are you here? She's over the moon. No, you're very, very welcome. And again, I'm sorry about the time. The thing is, Dawn, I'm fully registered, fully legal, fully registered with HMRC, fully everything. So yeah, so it doesn't really test my patience, if that makes sense. It's just, it is, they let them carry on. Katie, hello. Is it possibly to add possible? Let me have a look. Yes. I'm just printing it off for you. Okay, so I've already forgot what number you said. I'll scroll back up. Hang on. Okay, so oh no, that's fine. Okay, so with your oyster wool then, which number would you like, and would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Can you have number 13 and donate? You can. Is there certain colours that you're hoping for? So number 13 has a sticker on him, which means you get that bonus prize gift as well. So while I open this up, would you like chick number 1 or 3 or bunny number 1 or 3? What do you think? chick number 3 is this one, Katie. So let me... That made me jump then. Okay, so chick number 3. Oh, it's a reflection. Oh, sorry. Now you have a... I think we saw this one earlier actually, so payout possibly doubled up in the chicks today, or in the extra prizes today. You have the cone pendant with the bridal white pearl, and again it's got the plain silver on the back and then the crystal at the top and coating the front of that there. Now Katie, I hope you're happy with your bonus gift there. Just confirm, would you be happy with the same chain length and style as you've chosen for the cage pendant? Would you be happy with that one on there as well? So let's dive down for number 13. And in here there's one side and the other side, and you have a darker two-tonal silvery colour. There's no more in that one. So a darker silvery, actually I'm going to say it's more darker silvery chocolate in colour there. Let me pop him in the sand for you. And then on the board, he's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He is an 8. And for your cage pendant dip, let's dive in. Aaron?
Yeah.
Aaron?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
What?
You right?
Yeah.
Oh, darling, you were talking in your sleep. He fell asleep and he was talking. I don't know if you could hear any of that. Sorry. I just needed to make sure he was okay. Right, Casey, let's dive in for your cage pendant dip. Oh gosh. Okay, so you have the... Did you hear? Bless him. I think he's gone back to sleep now. He needs to go upstairs, really, bless him. You have the dream catcher with the red zircon crystal cage pendant here. So let me show you. As you can see, it's a dream catcher. Now this one can hold up to 4 pearls, Katie, and it's got the red zircon crystals dotted around there with the feathers at the bottom. What do you think to this one? Would you like to stick or would you like to twist? Twist with that one, Katie, not a problem. And let's dive in. Okay, so you have one of our Easter cage pendants. And your Easter cage pendant is the Easter bunny, my lovely. Let me hold you up so you can see. So this is the Easter bunny holding his Easter egg, and it's got the red and the pink enamel colouring, and then you can see your pearl through the Easter egg there. I hope you're happy with that one as well. And then you have an additional 2 oysters as well. What 2 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep, or would you like to donate those shells? We already do. I mean, they're not on the website. And it's, yeah, but we already do little clip-on accessories. Mystery and donate, Katie. Okay, so number 1 and number 2, we're getting near to the end of the mystery bag. I won't be able to top it up tonight. Aaron said I don't have any more here. Now I do have some more which arrived today, but they are not unpacked or anything as of yet. So I won't be able to top up the mystery bag if that happens. So if they do run out and anyone has their heart set on the mystery, I can move you to Sunday. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Or of course, if you're happy with the other oysters, they are also available. So let's go down. Katie, you're hoping for watermelon colours. Okay, so mystery oyster. We have a lighter pop there. And in your first oyster, I can see that you are twinning. And you're twinning with blush pink twins. And actually one pink looks slightly darker than the other one. Basically, Luke, if you decide what you would like on it, so any pendant or charm, and then pop me an email over and I can let you know the price, and I'll obviously show photos. I'll work to see if I can get them on the website. So you've got the blush and slightly candy floss pink twins there, and then Katie, moving on to mystery oyster number 2, you have a lighter pop there, and you are twinning for a second time, and twinning with lemon yellows 1 and 2. So twinning with lemon yellows there, and there's no more in that one. Okay, Katie, where did that yellow go? There was definitely 2. Oh, here it is. Oh gosh. I thought I was seeing double. Right, so pink twins and yellow twins. Katie, what do you think to these? Now, if you're happy with those, that's perfect. And of course, if you're not happy, I can swap them for you. Oh, bless you, Carly. Thank you for understanding. And yes, that's not a problem. Pink number 1, Katie, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Pink number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's also a 7.5. And then your yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. And yellow number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8 as well. the lighter pink for a bright watermelon and the smaller yellow for a bright apple green? You can. Okay, can you just confirm if you're happy with these colours here? I hope you're happy with those. And let me bring you back up. And pop this on here for you. Okay, Katie then, my lovely, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, and that's safe over there for you. Perfect. Thank you for the donations with your shells as well. Up next is Olivia Anderson. Olivia, are you here? Oh, I feel privileged, Caitlin. Olivia Anderson, are you here? Olivia, hello. You have 2 oyster picks from the wall, number 4 and number 9. Oh wow, how cool is that? I got that pin. Small things, I got the pin back in the line without even looking. Oh, I love that. Sorry, small things. Okay, so number 4, there's none on the back there. And then number 9, there's none on the back there either regarding the stickers. Okay, so let me get these open. Number 1 and number 2. Let's go down. So oyster number 1, Olivia, are there certain colours you're hoping for? There's one side and the other side, and in here you have a olive green and silver 2-tonal pearl there. There's no more in that one. Let me dry him off and hold him up so you can see. So olive green and silver. And then moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning, and you're twinning with Autumn Peach Twins, and there's no more in that one. Okay, and let me dry these up for you. Olivia, I hope you're happy with these colours. A 2-tonal olive green and Autumn Peach Twins, and they go beautifully together as well. The Autumn Peach twins do visually look like they may be slightly different sizes. If I popped them on the board for you, Autumn Peach number 1 is not a 5, he's a runaway. Not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Autumn Peach number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. So they're measuring the same size there. And then the Olive is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8 or an 8.5. Olivia, you have a 9. You are in the 9 club, my lovely. Whoop whoop. You're in the 9 club with that silver and olive. I love that. Now you have 2 cage pendant dips with that. So cage pendant dip number 1. And you have the Hearts Swirl cage pendant. Oh, bless Aaron, he's snoring now. Unless he gets too loud, I'm going to leave him to sleep. So let me know if the snoring gets too loud, okay? At the moment it's quite subtle. Okay, so you've got the Heart Swirl cage pendant. So you can see a heart there with encrusted zircon crystals, and then the swirl coming out and round. I've popped one of your Autumn Peach pearls in there for now, Olivia. What do you think to this one? Would you like to stick or twist? Stick or twist? Love it, but can you twist? Of course you can. Okay, so let me dive back in here for you. And is that 1? It is 1. You have the Princess Carriage cage pendant. So with your Princess Carriage cage pendant, I've just popped the olive green in here. It fills it beautifully. So if you can have a look here, so with your cage pendant and the Princess Carriage cage pendant, sorry, with the olive green in the centre, and then on the reverse side you can see that green beautifully. Olivia, I hope you're happy with that one. You then have a second cage pendant dip, so which means we'll dive in again, and then you get to stick or twist again, okay? So let's dive in. And you have, I mean, it could be seen as fate. I gave it a mix. You have the Heart Swirl cage pendant. Would you like to stick or twist with the Heart Swirl? And like I said, it could be fate, or it could just be that you don't want it and you can twist again. What do you think? Oh gosh, Shan. It is. Can you twist? Okay, Olivia, you can twist. Now, let's dive in. I'm giving it extra long mix this time. Okay, right. Got 1, I think that's 1. Yes, that's 1. You have the paw print cage pendant. Olivia, I hope you're happy with this one. This is the paw print cage pendant. I've popped the green in here as well with this one. And there is the paw print, you can see there. The reverse of this one is just a cage pendant, so you don't have to have it with the paw bit seen. You could just have it with the round cage, but obviously on this side is the design. Kathy, thank you for the stars. I'm twisted. Perfect. Okay, so Olivia, then I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Thank you for the donations with your shells, and that's safe over there for you. Sean, if you're here, would you like me to add you back onto the end of the order list? Olivia, you're very, very welcome. Up next is Kelly Maybury. Kelly, are you here? Sean, that will be okay. However, I didn't realise when you said it the first time, but because you've got the oyster wool, you'll be having the oyster that is left on the wall. I hope that's okay. You still get your cage dip and everything like that, and we'll open up the oyster, but you'll have the oyster that's left on the wall. I hope that's okay. Kelly, hello. Can you have number 12 and donate? You can. Kelly, is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? So number 12, there's no pearls on the back there. Bless you, Sean. Then yes, not a problem, you'll be booked in for Sunday. Absolutely fine. So let me get this open for you, Kelly, and would donating the shells, let's go down. Okay, so in here there's one side and the other side, and in here you are twinning, and you're twinning with bright icy blue twins there, and there's no more in that one. So twinning with bright icy blue twins. Kelly, what do you think to these? If I pop them on the board for you. Icy blue number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And icy blue number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Oh wow, Gemma. Kelly, lovely. I'm glad you're happy with those. You had the oyster off the wall today, so thank you very, very much for the donations with your shells, my lovely, and I do hope that you'll be happy with everything as well once it arrives. And that's safe over there for you, Kelly. No, you're very, very welcome. And up next is Kay Brighty. Kay Brighty, are you here? Oh, hiccups, I'm so sorry. Sorry, I held my breath, see if that makes it go. So Kay Brighty, are you here? The stick song? What's the stick song? Okay, that's perfect, thank you. Can you have mystery and donate and also filled your loyalty card? Have you sent a photo over with the loyalty card? Let me have a look. I don't have an email from you recently. Just going to look at that one in case you've replied to me. No, what I'll need you to do is if you can write your name and date across the card, take a photo. Oh, bless you. Okay, so so on the new cards it will explain this, so I do apologise. If you write your name and date across the card, the front of the card, take a photo and send it over to me, and then I'll book you in for that opening then. So I hope that's okay if you do that, but then you'll get an email to book that in from me. Okay, so I forgot what you said, Kelly. Okay. So sorry, it's this time of night. I'm just going to scroll back up. So if we won't be able to do the loyalty card today until you can get that sent over for me. So you would like mystery and to donate. Okay, so that's one opening altogether. What type of oyster? No. What colour are you hoping for? Dearie me. And let's go down. So your mystery oyster, you have a deeper pop there. Oh, and a runaway already. You have a candy floss pink there. There's your mother of pearl. And let's have a squidge in here. Okay, and there's no more in that one. So you have a candy floss pink. Okay. What do you think to this one? Would you be happy with this one on your jewellery? And of course, if you're not happy, I can swap him for you. So that's going to be completely up to you what you would like to do. Your pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Oh gosh, Gemma. I find it a little bit creepy when I get stuff like that right. Creepy in a good way, if that makes sense. But Kay, what do you think to this one? Could you swap for bright yellow? Of course you can. That's absolutely fine. Let me just grab one down for you. Would you be happy with this one here? Yellow. I've popped that on there for you, Kay. So I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, and thank you for the donations with your shells as well. And that's safe over there for you. Okay, perfect. Perfect, Kay. Oh, I can say perfect lots. Oh, I'm so sorry. Right, up next, oh, Heidi wanted to move, not a problem. So then we have Carly Saunders. Carly, are you here? Yeah, probably sea blue. It's come out twice so far. Oh, I'm so sorry, Carly. That snuck up upon me. Right, I do still have mystery oysters. So you've got a 4 pearl oyster and then you've got a single oyster. So is it the mystery oyster that you would like? I'm going to grab your 4 pearl oyster. Mystery and keep the shells, of course you can. Now, is there certain colours that you're hoping for. So we've got your mystery and your 4 pearl. There's 1 and 2. And for everyone watching, the mystery will be topped up for Sunday. It's just like I said, it came later this evening, so I haven't managed to unpack or anything like that yet. Let's go down. So we'll start with your mystery oyster. We have a softer pop there. And in here, a 9mm oil sleek or a yellow. Okay, you have a 2-tonal blurple to start with, which is a 2-tonal bluey purple. So let me just take the flesh off here, then I'll hold up your pearl so you can have a closer look. He is, I was thinking that. Okay, so if I dry this up so I can hold him up and show you, he's got lighter and darker areas as you go around the pearl there. And then oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here, your quadding oyster has given you a icy blue, a TARDIS blue, a apple green, and a autumn peach. So again, I'm just cleaning up the shells for you. Okay, so Carly, what do you think to all of these colours? Now, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. And if you're not happy, we can swap them for you. So it's completely up to you what you'd like to do. And I will need to know which one you'd like on your jewellery. Okay, so you've got that 2-tonal blurple, and then autumn peach, TARDIS blue, icy blue, and apple green. If I pop them on the board for you, the 2-tonal blurple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. The autumn peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. The TARDIS blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the apple green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he is an 8. Bed. So with the pinkle, there will be a weight on that. So if you're happy for that weight there, that's absolutely fine. I don't mind popping you down for a swap. So 2 yellows, 2 larger blacks. And which colour would you like on your jewellery? Okay, so I've added in 2 yellows and 2 blacks there. 1 yellow on the charm. And could you invoice for blacks on simple studs, then the pinkle on a hoop fitting? So we're going to have yellow on there. Invoice for blacks on studs and pinkle on hoop. That's not a problem. However, I am just going to change the blacks because I've given you 2 different sizes there. Wait for the pinkles, fine, perfect. I didn't realise, oh no, that's not black, that's purple. I didn't realise they would be for earrings, so I'm just going to see if I've got the same size for you that way, if that's okay. Yep, there we go, that's better. So just to show you, if I move them round, the blacks are the same sizes now, okay. And the pinkle, there shouldn't be too long a wait with the pinkle, but I've wrote that down that we're going to swap the blurple for a pinkle. The invoice for the studs and the hoop fitting will get sent through tomorrow for you, and that will go to the email address that's on the order form, okay. And I've wrapped up your shells as well. So Carly, I'm glad you're happy with everything. You're very, very welcome, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. And that's safe over there for you. A pinkle is a mix between a pink and a purple. Go lay down. Sorry, the dog keeps trying to jump on Aaron and I don't want him to wake him up. I know it's me. Normally it'd be fine, but if he's asleep he'll get a terrible fright if the dog jumps on him. Oh, okay. Up next is Pamela Rosewell. Pamela, are you here? Thank you. They're called the heart hoop earrings on the website. Oh no, Bronny. It'll either be funny or as anyone would, he'll be grumpy, or he won't notice and he'll just sleep through it. So yeah, but no, I don't want to wake him up. Dog's settled in his bed now anyway. I'm fine, thank you, Louise. How are you? Pamela Rosewell, are you here? If you are here, please type I'm invisible. It'll bring your comment forward so I can see you. And if anyone else can see Pamela's comments, please comment on that comment, because again it'll bring it forward so I can see. It is a later night tonight. Oh, don't close your eyes, dearie me. Okay, last call for Pamela. If not, we'll move on. And Kerry was up next, who wants to be moved to Sunday, so that's not a problem. Oh, bless you, Louise. Well, I hope the dentist sorts out the toothache. Toothache's horrible, isn't it? It's really, really horrible. I always find that a hot compress helps if I have a toothache. Some people say cold, but yeah, I always found that hot was okay because it sort of draws everything out. Okay, so I haven't seen Pamela. We're going to move on. Up next is Emily. Is it Cairns? Oh, Emily, if I've mispronounced that, I do apologise. Emily Cairns, are you here? is my old friend. Oh, bless you, Emily. Thank you. You have one opening altogether. What type of oyster would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Oh, bless you, Caitlin. Mystery and keep, of course I don't mind, that's absolutely fine. Let me just grab, so you've got the last of the roll, so I have to be careful to there we go. So mystery, keep your shells. Is there a certain colour, Emily, that you're hoping for? Okay, so let's go down. We have a softer pop there. And straight away, look at those. I can see triples and a beautiful colour combination there. Let me just have a squidge in here. You don't mind on the colour. I love them. You have a pink. I'm gonna say it's in between the blush pink and the candy floss pink. You have a gold and you have a dark purple. Okay, so I'm just cleaned up your shells for you, and then let me hold these up so you can have a close look. Now, Emily, if you're not happy with these, I can swap them for you. If you are happy, that's perfect. So just let me know what you think. Pink, gold and purple. You love them. Oh, perfect. If I pop them on the board for you, your pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Your gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And your purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5 as well. I'm glad you're happy with those, my lovely. I'm just popping your name on your shelves for you. No, Emily, you're very, very welcome. I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. And that's safe over there for you. And then up next is Pauline Powell. Pauline, are you here? The golds, I know, the golds are sort of a new popping colour that's coming out at the moment. They are lovely. Pauline Powell, are you here? Michelle, I can see your comments, so the comments is coming through. Sean, I'm just going to take number 14 off and attach it to your order. We'll see. Oh, Sean, number 14 has a sticker. Would you like to do your opening now so you can pick your bonus as well? And last call for Pauline Powell. Pauline, if you are here, please type I'm invisible. It will bring your comment forward so I can see you. It is quite late now. It's some people may have fallen asleep, bless them. I don't think Sean's here, but it's fine. If I just write down that it was number 14 and they can pick their sticker. Oh, you can do yours now. If you order for Sunday, can they be shipped together? They can if you if I write a note here, order, and then yeah, if you order for Sunday, pop that you're going to add it to this order with the order number, then it's absolutely fine, not a problem. So you're happy to open this now, Sean? Okay, I haven't seen Pauline, so we're going to move on. So you have a bonus. This was number 14. You have a bonus prize with OMG sticker. Okie dokie. Yep. Okay, perfect. So I've just wrote down that if there is to check for an order, if there is one for Sunday, then if you click add on, you don't have to pay postage again, and I can send it with this one. That's absolutely fine. And if you don't order for Sunday, then I can just mark this as to get shipped. That's fine. So number 14 is your bonus prize. Would you like chick number 1 or bunny number 1 and 3? Which one would you like? And let me get this open for you. I am Louise, yeah. It will be done tomorrow, most likely tomorrow afternoon, because obviously videos uploading and stuff are quite slow. But I'll start it in the morning to get sorted. So yes, it will be posted. Chick number 1. Ooh. Okay, so you have some earrings here. Now these are 925 silver hookback earrings, and they have got Swarovski crystal pearls on them, and they've got the rose gold Swarovski crystal pearls. So they're the simple drop earrings on the website with Swarovski crystal rose gold pearls on them. So that's a bonus gift there, Sean. I hope you're happy with that. And then going down to open up number 14. Oh, excuse Aaron's snoring. Okay, so in here, there's one side and the other side. Oh, and a runaway darker pearl there. There's no more in that one. Oh, you have a two-tonal silver, so he's lighter and darker silver as you go around the pearl there. I hope you're happy with this colour. And if I pop him on the board for you as well, he's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. I hope you're happy with that one. And that comes with your cage pendant dip as well. So if we dive in for your cage pendant dip. Oh. I kept picking it up and then it kept dropping out of my hands. You have one of our Easter cage pendants. This is the Easter egg cage pendant. Now this one's seen a few times this evening. The star Easter egg cage pendant. Sean, would you like to stick or would you like to twist with this one? Again, each star is a cutout where you'll be able to see the pearl through. It can hold multiple, like 2 pearls in this one. It has, Louise. Yeah, he's very tired. It's been a... Would you like to stick or twist with this one? Twist. Yeah, he's tired, bless him. It's a shock to the system, isn't it? Even though you're doing the same job at home and in the office, I suppose interacting with people and noise and it's completely different, so it's draining. Let's dive in for your twist. Oh, I've got two. There we go. Now I've got one. Oh, and you have the penguin. You have the penguin. Now, I think this one is the baby penguin on the website, so I do believe this is the baby penguin. So you can see he's got zircon crystals for his eyes, and he's got the love heart in his belly there, and your dark pearl sits beautifully in there as well. So I hope you're happy with that one, Sean. And let me pop this on here as well. Oh no, you can, no, that was your twist. I'm sorry, it's that time of night. Oh, you love penguins, perfect. You're very, very welcome. Oh, it's that time of night, I do apologise, but thank you for the donations with your shells, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. And that was safe over there for you. And Pamela, you're here. Hello, you have one opening altogether. What type of oyster would you like? And would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? Oh wow, Dawn. I mean, I'd be quite happy for Aaron to work from home until that date. Wow, that's going to be a definite shock to the system. It is, Jasmine, yes. Oh, Pamela's gone again. Pamela, if you're here, you've got one opening altogether. What type of oyster would you like, and would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? And if not, that's fine. We'll just give it a moment just to see if Pamela's here or not. Well, yes, Dawn. My dog, obviously, Kovu, with the kids at school and Aaron going to work, he was literally wandering around like a lost puppy. He didn't know what to do with himself. At one point, he was literally pawing at my legs, so I had him like sat with me for a while. He'd then just walk around, he'd lay next to my feet, and obviously with a wheelie chair, that's not the best. I'd go sit on the sofa and he wouldn't leave me. It's fine to be on my lap, but he just didn't know what to do with himself. It's just, on the pets, it must be so hard. Mystery and donate you can. Is there a certain colour you're hoping for, Pamela? Let's go down. Okay, so we have a lighter pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. You are twinning. And twinning with chocolate bronze twins there. And there's no more in that one. Okay, Pamela, what do you think to these two? Twinning chocolate bronze twins. Let me pop them in the sand for you. And then on the board as well. So chocolate bronze number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. And number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's also an 8.5. What do you think to those? I'm just going to bring you back up while I'm waiting for your comments to come through. Oh. What do we think? Any plans for the weekend? Please can we swap for an 8.5 bright sunshine yellow and a gold? We can. Now our bright sunshine yellows, I don't think I've got in at 8.5. The largest one would probably be that one. If you're happy with a non-sunshine yellow, it's just slightly lighter, which is a lemon yellow, I could probably do an 8.5. So if you're happy with sunshine yellow or lemon yellow, and there's your gold, I'll measure them for you so you can see what you would like to do. So the brighter sunshine yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not he's a 7.5. The lemon yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. And the gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. Another 2 bite the dust. So yeah, that's up to you, which one you prefer. Can you have the lemon? Of course you can. That's not a problem. Okay, let me bring you back up. Pamela, I hope you're happy with that then. Let me pop them in here for you. And thank you very, very much for the donations with your shells as well. Because you've got a cord here, I will need to know the length of that cord, so you can either let me know now or in an email. That's not a problem, but I won't be able to make this up until I've got the length of that cord. I'm just scanning here. No, yes, I don't have it yet, so do pop that over to me when you've got a spare minute, if that's okay. Okay, that is the end of the order list for today. We're going to be back again on Sunday. Everything will be posted tomorrow, so do keep an eye out on the page, and then I'll get that all sorted. Dearie me. I hope you all have a brilliant weekend, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Be safe. Bye.